Peace, peace, y'all. It's your boy Zulu King Street Fame 47. Y'all know what it is. Smash the like button, subscribe if you ain't subscribed. If you want to donate, I'm gonna pin the cash app in the comments. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because I noticed a lot of my videos, there ain't been too many notifications going out on them. You know what I'm saying? I got 600 followers rocking out with me now, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all, man, for tuning in and subscribing, man. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe, but make sure y'all hit that notification bell so you can get the videos when I drop them. I was kind of waiting on this video, man. I was gonna wait a little bit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about this situation with DMX. And you know, I see a lot of people talking. You know, they talking down on the homie like, oh, you know, it's a choice. I heard Charleston White was like, I ain't praying for him and nobody cares and all this and that, which, you know, world don't care about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when it comes to addiction, the reason I'm making this video is because I could relate to this. Is I just got off of drug court probation. Not because I was an addict, because I caught a charge, heroin trafficking, got dropped down to a lesser, and that was a role I had to play to get this drug court, this probation, so I won't go back to prison for 2 years. So, but I've lost many of my friends to drug overdoses. Florida, we was the Oxycontin Express. Anybody that was getting Oxycontins in the United States, you probably was getting from Florida. We was the Oxycontin Express. We was one that brought the opiate game back and boomed it up. Well, the government was, but yeah. So the usage of Florida. So after the pill mills got shut down, then the heroin was, you know, brought back full throttle. So I buried a lot of my friends. A lot of us came up, we were selling dope, we were selling crack, we were selling all kinds of stuff. And at a young age, so some of them got caught in the curiosity of, damn, why these people lining up so much for this dope? Or what it is about this that make, and like people saying, yo, it's a choice. But at first it's a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let me try this out. If you might like it, you might do it a couple times. But it becomes a sickness. You understand what I'm saying? It becomes like a disease, bro. It's like anything could trigger you to get high. Being around certain people, having a good time. Being around certain people, having a bad time. Anything could trigger you to get high. So it's always like these people might be clean for 2-3 years and something might just click in them and they'll get high. And then people are like, yeah, he was doing so good. Why? It's because they're addict. It's an addiction. And it's hard. It's hard for a lot of them. And in this program that I was in, I seen it a lot, man. I seen like people try to cut certain people off out their life so they won't be around that same group of people. Now they got nobody to turn to. Like anything could trigger them to get high. So for y'all talking about DMX and all this and that, the man been said he had an issue, a drug issue. Everybody knows that it's not easy to kick these issues. They just don't go away. You know what I'm saying? You might be good for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and then they might crash. You know what I'm saying? It's on you to want it though. These people can't just stop doing, oh, just stop. It's not that easy. They gotta want to do it. You gotta be tired of living that life. You gotta be tired of everything that come with it and want to change. You know what I'm saying? So for this, y'all to sit there clowning on X, and you know he was one of my favorite rappers. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, K Solo is my homeboy. He's a good friend of mine. Now him and K Solo, DMX and K Solo been beefing for years over this Spellbound song and all this crazy stuff. One time, I seen DMX over here. If you ain't never seen him in concert, he do a dope show. He came out here, but I called Solo and was like, X is out here. He staying woo woo woo. Now this was 2 weeks before the show. He was already out here. So Solo want to fight him, and put it on YouTube. He wanted to do a pay-per-view fight with his MMA and Tito Ortiz and all. So I was like, yo, he's like, yo, we're gonna run down on him. Like I said, I fucks with X music, but I know K Solo personally. I don't know X. So he was like, yo, ride with me. Don't jump in. He wanted to fight him. I said, well, I ain't jumping in. If anybody else from his squad jump in, then I'm getting in. We getting in. You know what I'm saying? But so it was kind of like a personal thing with Solo, and I know Solo, so he, you know what I'm saying, his situation with X was out here, you know, and then Solo just squashed the beef with him recently, right now, with what's going on with X, which I kind of spoke with him before and told him you should do this. It would be big for hip hop, you know what I'm saying? You would have did it like before, but it's kind of a personal thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my prayers is up with DMX, man. I hope he pulled through. But for y'all that don't understand addiction, you gotta understand that this is not something that just goes away. It's something that is just there. Any kind of depression, anything like that could trigger you, and they'll be back on that horse. Now, like I said, I buried numerous of friends. One of my homegirls, like my sister, her son found her dead. You know what I'm saying? Overdosed. My boy Pete, one of my best friends, he came out of jail. He was smoking K2 like crazy. I'm like, yo, we on the street. You don't gotta smoke that. Imagine you smoke a pinner of K2 between 5 people in prison. Motherfuckers is banging on the glass. People saying they gonna die rolling around the floor. So it's a toothpick size, a pin joint. Do that to 5 people that weigh like 200 pounds. He smoking blunts the size of my pinky, bro, like this, bro, like in the street. So I'm like, yo, what you doing, man? Like, you tripping? Then he was doing dope. I never knew he was doing dope until he passed. Cause I was in prison and I got back out. But he was nodding out all over the. But we used to take Xanax, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, he taking too many bars. I had stopped though. So I was like, man, he taking too many bars, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he falling out everywhere, just body shedding out. But it was a dope. You know what I'm saying? So I never thought it would be dope because he wasn't that type of person. But somehow somebody he got around, he got them dope. I had to carry his casket. His daughter's my goddaughter. It's just a crazy situation. I got homeboys as addicts that they're my homeboys to the end, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I call them and they gonna run down on you, you know what I'm saying? They just addicts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I got a homeboy, he got 2 needles in his neck. I'm shooting up in his neck. You know what I'm saying? But he's still my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I don't treat him as an addict. You know what I'm saying? He's still my dog. He'll still give you, if he ain't got nothing, if you messed up and you ain't got nothing, you ain't got no food in your house, or you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You might be hurt. He the type of person, he'll go in the store and steal the whole store and get it to you. You know what I'm saying? He just one of them person. He'll get his shirt off his back. And, you know, but he's an addict. There's a lot of good people that just have habits that they're addicts, man. And people look down on them because they got drug problems. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with X. Oh, he a junkie. But you're not listening to the messages, you're not listening to the knowledge, you're not listening to what everything else he's saying. Yeah, he's an individual that has a drug problem. You know what I'm saying? But them drug problems ain't something to just go away that easy. It's a battle. And it's a lifelong battle. And that's what y'all don't understand. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't understand if you ain't never dealt with addiction. Anybody, you know, I have friends in my house and I kept them there 2-3 weeks while they was kicking off dope. Making them soups, feeding them. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they get clean, bro. You know what I'm saying? My homies. I got a homie now that he on pills. He was hooked on pills. I'm not gonna put him out there, not like that. His name or nothing, but you know, he like, yo, I relapsed and I started popping pills again. I don't want to. So I was like, look, you really wanna change, man, you really wanna stop. I'll go to the meetings with you. Now I help you. I go to the meetings with you, you know what I'm saying? You gotta want it though. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all don't understand addiction. So y'all like, oh, X, and talking down on him, throwing that negative energy out there right now. We don't need that. You know, X is like he's an icon to a lot of people. A lot of people could relate to his music, relate to what he say. He's always been real, 100, straight hood, speak from the heart. You know what I'm saying? One thing about rappers, excuse me, one thing about rappers that speak from the heart, their music never dies. Emotions never die. You know what I'm saying? Punchlines, they get old. Emotions never get old. They never die. Somebody's always gonna be happy, sad, you know what I'm saying, angry, mad, however. But a lot of y'all don't understand addiction, and y'all commenting and you're saying all kinds of crazy stuff without even knowing, because you ain't never been through it. You ain't never been around nobody that had an addiction that's been fighting their whole life trying to stay sober, and they can't. They get depressed and they drink. Next thing you know, they smoking crack or they shooting up because they mad at the world. You know what I'm saying? Anything can trigger a loss of a family member. You could be sober all this time and you could lose your mother, you could lose your father, and then boom, you getting high. And once you on that, it's a long ride. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know what trigger X to get high again. You know what I'm saying, or what it is, but it's definitely a sad situation. And like I said, I was in the way to do the video because I know he's on life support. You know what I'm saying? I know he's a fighter, so I hope he pulled through. I know the situation with no oxygen goes to the brain. It's a bad thing. So I know it could go either which way. And like I said, it's a very sad situation. I hope X pulls through. I was gonna wait, I said, but I just wanted to comment because I see a lot of people talking and looking down on the brother. And you ain't never dealt with addiction, then you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I was in firsthand an addict. You know what I'm saying? I got high on Xanaxes. I drank. I used to say I was an alcoholic. I drank every day. You know what I'm saying? But I don't drink every day now. But I drank every day for years and years and years. And people around me were addicts. And I sold dope. You know what I'm saying? I smoked weed. You know what I'm saying? I popped ecstasy, Molly. You know, I done did all that. But it wasn't to where like I was stealing from my people or I was an addict or I was messed up. I was always having my stuff and I was never like a strung out junkie or nothing. But I know people that were, and they was around me. You know what I'm saying? All over. You know what I'm saying? I know what it is for somebody to get clean and stay clean. How they feel. You can see it in their face. You can see it you can see it in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? How they feel. You know what I'm saying? And then you can see the shame when they crash and they start getting high again. They relapse. You know what I'm saying? I had a homeboy that was getting high, so he couldn't look his moms in the eyes. He was crying to me. He was young because we was young when we was selling dope, and it was easy for people to manipulate a young kid to get high. You know what I'm saying? Customers and girls. You know, most people that smoke crack are girls. I'm smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? So it was easier for them, and I can't look my moms in the eye. Well, I ain't know what to do. My mom was like a pastor, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I called my mom like, yo, my homeboy, I don't know, man. He been getting high and he don't know what to do, and he's crying. I don't know what to do. Hey, can you pray for him? I put him on the phone. My boy ended up going to church with my mom, with his mom and his sister, and gave his life to God and was in church for years, clean, and then ended up dying because he snorted some powder. He had fell before on some Xanax, busted his head, was bleeding internally in his brain. He had to learn how to walk all over again and all that. So he would catch seizures from that fall, and he had a prescription for Xanax. So he took his Xanax daily prescription. It wasn't like an abuse thing. He somebody gave him some powder and he took it, man, drinking, hanging out, and just in that vibe, and took it, and he went into a seizure and died. You know what I'm saying? So I've dealt with this on many levels with addiction. Like I could sit here and name people like for you know what I'm saying, it's a little while, man. It's a lot of people that I've dealt with that died from overdoses. My boy that got the needles in his neck that I was telling you about, his brother, they came out of jail one day, one on Thanksgiving, one the day before Thanksgiving, one on Thanksgiving, and his brother was crying for 4 hours in the room, telling him God that he don't want to live like this, and talking to God, and he's tired of living like this and that, and crying for 4 hours. A lady was like, yo, the neighbor was like, he was in my house crying. I don't know what's going on. He went and did a bag of dope and died that night. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I dealt with this on a lot of levels, and I buried a lot of people to overdoses. It's not a funny thing. It's not something to make fun of, because addiction is real, it's hard, and it's a lifelong battle. So if you're dealing with addiction, man, more power to you, man. You gotta want to change, though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want it. You gotta be like, I'm tired of this, and you gotta stop everything. Can't just be like, I'm gonna quit this and smoke weed. And you gotta stop everything. Get your head right. You gotta want it and work your way from there, you know. It's one day at a time. That's it. It's one day. I'm clean today, clean tomorrow, clean it one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? So there's people here, you know what I'm saying? If you an addict, bro, you need to talk to somebody, you can message me, go to my Instagram, Zulu King _ Street Fame 47, and we could chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying? But definitely don't give up on yourself. Cause ain't nobody gonna help you if you give up on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep that fight alive in you and you gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, prayers up for DMX. Y'all should fall back on all the little slick comments, cause you ain't never dealt with the situation, then you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a real situation, man. Y'all know what it is. We all gas, all brakes over here. If you ain't gonna be good, then at least be safe. It's your boy Zulu King Street Fame. Peace.